This medieval castle is not wheelchair accessible, but these ancient ruins are? I thought my trip to Malaga, Spain was going to be a complete bust. The famous Gibralfaro Castle is perched on a hilltop, and it is not accessible for me and my wheelchair. There were stone steps everywhere, and it was made in the 14th century. So I wasn't expecting much. But then something crazy happened. I ended up knocking on this secret hidden door 3 times. And when I did, ahead of me were the ancient Roman and Phoenician artifacts dating back to 2,600 years ago. That's older than the Roman Empire. So how did I go through not having any plans in Malaga to having the best day of my life? I'm going to show you 3 accessible sites that I found fascinating. We're going to go to a Renaissance church. And then we are going to go to a formerly abandoned shipyard that has been transformed into a vibrant marketplace. And then we are going to end our journey at the Picasso Museum. Hi, I'm Kendall, your travel accessibility advisor, and today I'm going to take you on a journey through Malaga, Spain. Trust me, this Mediterranean port stop is a must-see, and it proves that history does not always mean inaccessibility. Whether you're a wheelchair user or not a wheelchair user, this is the best way to spend your 7 to 8 hours in Malaga. I have a free PDF in the description down below that gives you some key information and will help you save energy, time, and money. I've already done the homework for you, so all you need to do is hit that description link down in the description box below. So picture this. I'm on a Mediterranean cruise and everyone's pointing me to the Gibralfaro Castle. So my producer and I grabbed a taxi cab and our cab driver did speak English. We explained that there was no tours available on the internet or that the cruise ship offered that were wheelchair accessible. Then a smile came across his face, and he told us that he knew exactly where to take us. Our first stop was at the Malaga Cathedral, where we were given free entry and free audio guides in English. This isn't just a thing in Malaga, as this is part of the European Union's efforts to include people with disabilities in society. Make sure you bring documentation of your disability from your home country to receive this benefit. I knew already that I was going to have an amazing day. When I rolled through those massive doors, I was absolutely stunned. The cathedral was made between the 1500s to the mid-1700s. That's over 250 years of construction. It's still not finished being built yet. And that is because the original money to build the cathedral was given to the orphans who needed the money for food and shelter. As a result, the cathedral is called the One-Armed Lady. You can see all the different architectural styles that the church has been through, from Gothic to Renaissance to Baroque. This church has it all. Here's what really impressed me: the smooth floors. And that's impressive considering that there's elements from the 16th, 17th, and 18th century. There were no bumps, no obstacles, just beautiful stone flooring. And here's a tip for my wheelchair users. If you're looking for an accessible restroom, check either cathedrals, cultural centers, or chain restaurants, as these places are the most likely to have accessible bathrooms. And sure enough, the Malaga Cathedral did have accessible bathrooms, making it a complete stress-free experience. I'm not surprised, however, because cathedrals tend to have accessible restrooms as they are for the community. After spending some time at the cathedral, we decided to head over to the Atarazanas marketplace. Now, if you want to see real Malaga, this is the place to go, where locals shop, eat, and socialize. When the Atarazanas was first built, it wasn't as we know it as today. It was originally a shipyard because the shoreline of Malaga originally hit where the market stands today. The moment you approach this building, you will see the marble horseshoe-shaped entrance. And this is the original 14th century entrance that was used when the shipyard was functioning. And it is the only piece of the structure that still has its 14th century elements. So why is this building now a vibrant marketplace? Well, in the 1870s, Malaga had a food sanitary problem. People would sell their food on the streets, creating unsanitary conditions. And so the city knew that they needed a space where all vendors could gather and sell their food. And hence, there is this beautiful premium indoor market that we see today, where you can buy the absolute best fish, fruits, nuts that you could think of. While the second floor is not wheelchair accessible, I didn't mind this, as there's plenty of vendors to choose from on the bottom floor. And the good news is that our ship allowed us to bring in food from Malaga onto the ship. So I decided to get some fruits and nuts, things that were missing from my cruise diet, if you will. Surprisingly enough, I actually met a vendor who formerly lived in San Diego, California, which is near my hometown. And we had a brief chat, and he actually ended up giving me some strawberries, and it was the perfect way to say goodbye to this beautiful marketplace.
And the special one.
The special one from San Diego. Hi, San Diego. Bye.
Enjoy your stay. Okay?
Thank you.
The reason why I created this free PDF is that when I was doing my research on these destinations, I wish someone told me this information beforehand. And so that's what I did. I hope that my PDF will help you have a better understanding on your travel destinations, and it will help you enjoy your journey better. Now we're getting to the absolute highlight of my trip, the Picasso Museum, or more accurately, what's underneath the Picasso Museum. When our cab driver dropped us off, all I could see at the Picasso Museum's entrance was steps. But that wasn't going to stop me. I was determined to get into this museum. My driver saw my concern and he smiled. He said, "Roll over 20 meters to the left and you'll see the accessibility door. Knock 3 times and someone will come to assist you." I'm sorry, I was like, knock 3 times on this secret door and someone will just magically come and help me? But that's exactly what happened. Quick pause. Are you a fan of Picasso? If so, leave it down in the comments below and tell me what your favorite artwork is from him. So we knocked on this door 3 times, and that's when I couldn't believe my eyes. The door led to the basement of the Picasso Museum, and ahead of me I saw traces of Malaga's past, with amazing Phoenician and Roman architectural remains offering visitors a glimpse into the past. Remember how I was disappointed that I couldn't access a 14th century castle? Well, here I was seeing artifacts that were at least 2,600 years old. What was interesting was that there was Phoenician foundations and Roman Empire factories that were used to make garum. So you had these 2 separate time periods that were coexisting in the same space. Garum, by the way, is an ancient Roman fish delicacy. There were rooms that also belonged to a Nasrid palace during Moorish rule. And here's the best part. The entire viewing experience was accessible because you're above these architectural structures. So I could view the remains from all the sides that I wanted to, and I could see all the informational plaques that I needed. Now, unfortunately, due to copyright rules, I can't show you the actual artwork of the museum, but I can show you the floors, and I hope this gives you an idea of how accessible the Picasso Museum is. Additionally, me and my +1 were given free entry, just like they did at the cathedral. Another win for accessible European policies. Before I continue on with the video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button as it helps the channel out. It helps me provide more content for you, and I have so much more to share. My brief day in Malaga, Spain was full of surprises. If I had to do it over again, I would definitely spend more time with those Phoenician ruins, and I would also spend more time in the cathedral's garden. Look how beautiful this is. By staying flexible and working with a local driver, I was able to see some amazing sights. And I learned that Malaga is a historic city, but it's also an accessible city. A 16th century cathedral, accessible and free for people with disabilities. A 14th century marketplace, accessible. And the Picasso Museum, completely accessible, including the ancient sites that were in the basement that made me feel like an underground explorer. So if you're a wheelchair user and you're thinking about going to a historic European city, here's my advice. Do your research, yes, but don't let one inaccessible site discourage you from seeing the entire destination. Some of my best travel moments came from places that originally seemed disappointing. But going through that secret backdoor entrance to the Picasso Museum has got to be one of my favorite entrances of all time. Thank you for watching till the end of this video. Malaga completely exceeded my expectations and taught me that the world is more accessible than you think. I hope this inspired you to consider Spain for your next accessible adventure. Have you ever wanted to travel to Spain? If so, drop it down in the comments below. I hope to see you soon, but until next time, enjoy your journey, traveler.